lot. And I guess a few things. I'm excited to talk to you about the service delivery stuff because that's I guess that's the area that I'm really interested in. But people are always kind of saying, "Oh, the system's fucked. The system's no good." You know, all that kind of stuff. So I'd be interested to hear about that. But just like tell us quickly, why did you get interested in particularly like drugs and alcohol? Because traditionally, it's something that most kind of people run away from, you know?
I know it's really, really interesting, and I've been thinking about that a lot um,
Yep.
lately. And at first, for me, there's a combination of things. I guess that I have a very strong social justice drive.
Yep.
I don't understand why some people have millions of dollars and some people can't feed their families. I don't understand why people can't just accept other people as they are.
Yep.
And that all kind of feeds into stigma and all of that. And that's a really big part of the alcohol and drug sector. But when I started, that probably wasn't really my driver because I didn't understand all of that stuff at that
Yep.
time.
Yep.
I actually went to uni to do computing and computer science and started in engineering completely. And
That's funny.
accidentally fell into psychology because it was the only way I didn't have to repeat the whole of first year at uni. So it wasn't even a really deliberate kind of decision to make. And then I just got interested in from a quite a research perspective or an intellectual perspective because that was in the 80s
Yeah.
when we were still in that transition between confrontational punitive approaches and motivational interviewing was just starting to come into
Yep.
practice. And CBT had been around for a long time, but hadn't been well applied to alcohol and drugs. So
Yeah.
I started kind of getting interested in that transition. That's how I really became part of the sector.
That is interesting because you know, I guess we always talk about, and we've talked about it a little bit on the show, how the alcohol and drug sector is always kind of a couple of steps behind, or it feels like that anyway. Maybe we're not, but it feels like that we're always a couple of steps behind other healthcare industries or just other industries in general in terms of like technology and stuff like that. But it's funny you say that because a lot of the people that it would have been quite interesting space to come into in the 80s because a lot of the older guys that I know that are in recovery and all that kind of stuff that went to like rehabs, you know, talk about having the therapeutic model was cleaning the floor with like toothbrushes or, you know, like just stuff like that. Like it was this real kind of, yeah, as you said, punitive way of doing things.
Yeah, yeah, and it's we know now that that doesn't work, but at that time it was still the prevalent model that most rehabs were
Yeah.
using. There was some kind of moral deficiency in people who had problems with alcohol or drugs, and it needed to be kind of whipped out of them in some way.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean now we know that's ridiculous, but that's what it was like then.
So